It's also you forgot to mention this is comparing the 4K dub to the Funimation dub. He just said dub, so yeah, yeah, it's fine. The title of mine is The Heroes Reunion. His name is Firefist Ace. It's episode 94. Yeah, but yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, in the One Piece world, there was like a bye week this past Sunday, so no new chapter until next week. Obviously, by the time this episode loads, it's not. I mean, it's spoilers for people. I mean, granted, I always talk about the manga, anyways. I did read the spoilers for this upcoming chapter that's gonna drop this weekend, though. And oh man, it kind of ties into characters we're gonna interact with this arc. And oh man, it's oh, dude, like a lot of loose ends are getting tied up. We're starting to learn about what a lot of things stand for, and we're starting to find out a lot about certain people that were kind of a mystery for a long time. So it's been great. I've really I've enjoyed the spoilers. I'm excited for the chapter when it comes out on Sunday. Really excited for that. Um, haven't really seen a lot of updates for the live action yet. The last update for the live action was that letter that Oda put out. Besides that, people there have just been like little posters here and there. There is a poster of the Going Merry in the live action shot that was released, not like the actual shot, just a photo. For, like, and they said that it's going to get released this year, so will be interesting to see when it gets released and if they're able to resolve everything. Um, and if it will get like a second season, we'll just have to see. And the anime has just been top tier. Like this one fight that Zoro was in, it was like it just ended, and oh my goodness, man! People, it got a 9.9. I think it got a 9.9 in IMDb. It's yeah, like or it was either 9.9. It was rated really well. And so yeah, the animation's just top tier. Like everyone really enjoyed that episode. I actually don't know. I actually didn't watch this past weekend's episode, but yeah, it was the weekend before where Zoro defeated the person he was fighting. Um, and then apparently the rumor is that Toei is going to partner with Warner Brothers um, to animate some of the scenes that's going to happen later on this year uh, for some of Luffy's fights because there's this big event that's going to happen, and I guess they got the money for it. They want to get this animation right, so they're going to partner with Warner Brothers, which is going to be interesting because obviously I guess like Warner Brothers animation and stuff. So uh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, it's yeah, they're really starting to kind of do that. Like they say that they're doing this just because they want to get this animation right with what's about to happen. So that's what they say. Um, yeah, I mean, I will tell you about this when this big event happens, as well as so I'll do this. Like I'll let the episode come out, and then I'll let two more episodes come out, and then I'll tell you so that you have like so just so that it's like a good like factor into like the following episode because it actually does get pretty wacky. The fights do get wacky, and I only know this because obviously I read the manga and obviously spoilers and stuff. So yeah, it gets pretty wacky, but man, it's what's kind of crazy is that um, like why it was still going on, and the while Wano is still going on, like the manga, there's so much has happened in the manga that it's oh, man, like there is so much that they need to catch up on, and it's great because I mean, the animation is going to drag a couple of episodes. Like they're going to drag a couple of scenes regardless. But man, like the source material, there's still a lot more source material left. Oh, man, like it's just it. I am so excited. I am really excited um, to see how what all the upcoming episodes and even though some people say it's still too hard to see it end within 3 to 5 years, just based on all the escalation that's been going on in the past bunch of chapters, maybe it will end in the next 3 to 5 years. Who knows? So I'm excited for it though. I'm excited. If the show is coming to an end, it's fine too. But yeah, I'm very excited about that. But yeah, that's kind of what's been going on in the world of One Piece. Um, but what's been going on with you and gaming and everything? Yeah. I think I saw a sketch of it, but I didn't see the full painting because I think I just got busy with work at the time. So I'll have to check it out. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Okay, cool, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out. And I heard you guys went to is it the St. Jude's in like North Carolina or South Carolina or where? Which one? Where? Ah, okay, okay, okay. That's very cool. Mm-hmm. Mm. Oh, nice. Yeah. So, during the 14-hour stream, like, at what point did you guys have to re-energize? Okay, okay, good. Oh, nice. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Okay. Oh, nice. Do you like wait? Is your wife like is she doing like the 8 by 5 like doing 8 hours of streaming a day for 5 days a week or okay, okay, okay. Oh, nice, nice. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, nice, nice. Mm-hmm. Yeah, 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 yeah. I feel you. Yeah, I mean, dude, oh man, she did like a month straight of 6 hours. That's crazy. Because like a lot of like regular streamers they do like 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. So yeah, I don't know how they do that. Yeah, yeah, it's very draining. Yeah, you definitely don't want to be that streamer who's like high energy because like it's just gonna wear down real quick. Hmm. Okay, okay, so yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, nice. Nice. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, okay, cool. Yeah, sure, yeah. Like yeah, there is one piece of dialogue that is different, but what I do want to ask is that guy who's looking for a Luffy, is he shirtless? He is shirtless. Okay. Does he have a back tattoo? With like a white with a big white mustache and a cross? Okay, okay, okay. I mean, it's something that I'm wondering if they did like because like in like the regular Funimation dub and regular anime this character he has a back tattoo with the white beard, like it's like a cross sign with a skull and a white beard like mustache. It's a mustache. No one knows why his. I mean, I don't know if it was ever properly explained why I mean, I don't want to say it. Well, actually, it doesn't get to it. Like, Whitebeard doesn't have a white beard. Um, like, I don't think he's ever had a white beard. He has a huge white mustache, but for some reason they call him Whitebeard, um, even though he never has a beard. Um, so that was just something I don't know that people ever like questioned further as to why he's called that. Um, but does he have? Okay, so he does have a tattoo on his back. Does he have a tattoo on his shoulder with an S with a cross, C and E, like X marked out? Okay, okay, okay. Okay, okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, okay, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, that's fair enough. Because, yeah, I was just wondering about like the features in the back tattoo, mainly because I don't know if they want to like because it's a cross, the whole religious connotation with the cross and stuff. I just don't know if they wanted to like keep that in or take that out. I was just curious about that. Um, so as far as the dialogue, yeah, there are some things different. So basically, Ace. So shit, I fucking I fucking spoiled the name. But yeah, so basically, he goes. So this guy goes around. He's trying to find Luffy. Um, actually, yeah. Well, I well, we'll get to it at the end. So, anyways, he walks to this guy that you talked about. He walks around. The guy with the he hands him a golden apple. He says, hey, "You live for 1,000 years." The dialogue is different in the Funimation dub. The dialogue is
There once was a man named Gold
why
Roger who was
I don't
king
want to
of the
live 1,000
pirates. He had
years.
fame,
I
power,
just want
and wealth
to
beyond your
just
wildest
living to the
dreams.
end of this day
Before they
is
hung
good enough for me. Is what Ace says. He doesn't say something about how he'll just grow old. He just wants to live through the rest of this day or something like that. Um, uh, Zoro, and then yeah, so then he goes to the next. So then yeah, the Chopper and Usopp, they're excited, they're about to buy it, and then Nami stops them and they show them the scam. Um, and then yeah, he. So then at the next place, Zoro notices the back tattoo, and he says he doesn't say anything about Whitebeard yet. He says, he's a pirate hunter, and that tattoo is a symbol of a pirate crew that it's hard to forget the crew that the tattoo is associated with and stuff. And so yeah, the guy goes to the second vendor, who you call the fortune teller lady. I think it's just like a regular vendor. She doesn't say that she foresees Luffy at the restaurant. She just says the owner of the restaurant over there. He tends to see a lot of tourists, know a lot of locals. If anyone sees or knows anything about this guy in this poster, he would be the guy. So he's like, okay, thank you. Yeah, I've been kind of hungry, so I guess I'll go to the restaurant. So she doesn't say I foretell in the future that Luffy's going to be there or something. He doesn't say anything. She doesn't say anything like that. Yeah. I mean, it's just a regular vendor. Maybe she is, and I just missed that part. But yeah, she doesn't say about how she predicts that he'll be there in the restaurant in a bit. But yeah, okay, carry on. Yeah, so basically Smoker, Captain Smoker, Chaser, he drops down, he gets to Tashigi. Tashigi's like talking about how this vendor is trying to rip her off with the swords. But yeah, Smoker comes in and he's like, I've just captured these two, sorry if a name to be called pirates, or some sorry ass pirates or something. These guys are too sorry to even refer to themselves as pirates. Something along those lines, and he tells Tashigi to go hand them off to the Alabasta Royal Guards or something. So she says, "Okay, cool, yeah, I'll go and give these guys to them." So then shift to the hotel where everyone's like, "Oh, this guy must have passed away. He was just there." Did they mention anything about poisonous spider, or have you not gotten to that part yet? Okay, well, so basically, yeah. So, it goes to the restaurant where everyone's crowded, and they're like, "Oh, this guy, he just like he died like in while he was in the middle of eating. He just like fell over and died. Not fell over, but like fell on his plate and died." And they talked about how like the desert has these like red spiders where if you get bit by it, or if you consume the or if you consume it or get bit by it, you die. It looks like red berries, but it's actually desert spiders. And if you consume it or whatever, you die. And it's like the desert is a very dangerous place, so you got to watch out. And that's her explanation for why they felt that he died. And um, then all of a sudden he gets up. The guy with the hat, he gets up, and then he just like looks around. He doesn't burp, but he looks around for a little bit. Wonder what's going on. And then he takes. Then this lady asks him, "Hey, are you okay?" And then he looks at her, and then he takes the bottom of her skirt and wipes off his face, and she gets. Yeah. Oh, okay, okay. I was actually curious if they showed that, and how she gets flustered because he's doing that. Um, and then yeah, and then so cut to Luffy. Yeah, he sees like meat, and he's like, "I see meat," and he just starts running in that direction. So yeah. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, the entire dialogue between Trace and Chaser. Um, Smoker, he gets into the restaurant and he recognizes, and he's like, I know, I know, like you're like the second commander of Whitebeard's. You're the commander of the second Whitebeard's second division or something. I forget the full title. It's like commander of the second division of the Whitebeard Pirates. Um, and he says, "Oh, your name is Port Gasti Ace." no Trace, but it is cool that they mentioned Podcast D. So there's a whole. I just don't know if I should mention this. Maybe I will mention this when everything concludes, and I'll spoil everything about this, because the podcast is kind of important. So yeah, he mentions that, and so yeah, he falls asleep. They wake, and then everyone's like yelling at him, like, "Hey, get up!" and stuff. And so yeah, so we get to that scene, and then and then he turns around and Ace is like, so what are you gonna do about it? And then Smoker's like, well, you're not the pirate that I'm actually looking for. And so Ace is like, okay, cool, then you can just turn around and we'll pretend like neither of us saw each other. And then Smoker is like, uh I can't do that as long as I'm like a Marine, a soldier in the Marines. I will like get all law breaking pirates, and so he starts to turn his hand into smoke, and then you see Luffy, like he sees the restaurant and then he runs in and then he does this like gum gum rocket and then slams into the back of Smoker, and Smoker, you see Ace, like his eyes also kind of bulge out, like, oh shit, what's gonna be, oh shit, he's coming at, and then they both crash in through multiple walls. They get down, and then Luffy, he's like, hey, food, 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 and then Ace and Smoker, they both get up far away, and Ace is all like frustrated that some guy who what kind of idiot would like slam into someone like this into some other buildings and stuff. And he starts walking in. He sees, like, they're walking through the different families, and he sees one family, and he like bows down to them and says, sorry for this inconvenience and for intruding into your family thing. And he keeps walking. And now, like, Luffy, he's like, oh, he tells the chef, hey, this is the best food I've ever had, as he's like scarfing all this food down. And then the guy's like, oh, thanks, but you may want to run away because of the people you just hit. And Luffy looks to the hole that he made, and then he's like, wow, this restaurant has like a weird design. Who made this? And then everyone yells at Luffy saying, you did. um, and I think, is this where you left off, or did you leave off where? Okay, so this is where you left off. Okay, yeah. So they yell at him saying, "You're the one who created this hole." So yeah, that's where we're at. Oh yeah, so yeah, so Ace gets to the restaurant and he's about, and then he sees, I guess like he sees Luffy, he gets a smile on his face. He's about to say, Luffy. Actually, the thing is, the one thing I forgot in the dialogue in the back and forth between Smoker and Ace, Smoker asks, "What is the second division commander of the Whitebeard Pirates doing in Alabasta?" And he's like, "I'm looking for my brother." That's, I forgot to mention that little tidbit. Um, Okay, well, like, so it doesn't, we still don't know who his brother is. We just know that he's looking for his brother. Um, and so yeah, he just as, so yeah, back to this scene, he starts to say Loof, and then Smoker smashes his head down and says Straw Hat, and then, okay, I guess I'll let you continue. Um, a lot of it is pretty similar. So basically, the only difference I'd see is basically, um, as Luffy's scarfing down, as he kind of remembers who Smoker is, he spits some food on him, and then Smoker like wipes it off. And then, so then Luffy says, "What's he doing here?" And then he says, uh, and as Smoker says he's about to be at him, Luffy's like, "Hey, wait 1 minute or wait 1 second." Then he grabs all the food, just stuffs it in his mouth, and he says, "Thank you for the food," or um thank you for the food. I don't know if he says I guess in Japanese it's like some I don't like people say like what was it like thank you for the food or right before they eat or something. I forget the Japanese translation. It's like ikitakimasu or something. I don't know if he says that, but he basically um, says thank you for the food and then he rushes out. And then Smoker chases after him and then Ace chases after Smoker and the chef is like but no one paid. And then I think in the Japanese translation, I think he says something about a dine and dash. Um, so yeah, they did say that, and then pretty much the rest of the dialogue is kind of similar, where Smoker is chasing down Luffy, and Luffy mentions how Smoker asks what he's doing in Alabasta, and Luffy's like, "I'm here to fight Crocodile." And he's like, "What do you have to do with Crocodile?" Before he could answer, Luffy falls into the crack, and Smoker thinks he just somehow escaped him. Then you see Luffy running down there, and then you cut to the crew where they're like, "Hey, we gotta get out," and then they hear the ruckus. They're like wondering like what's going on in the city, and then in the distance you hear the Marines yell, "Hey, get that pirate!" And then Sanji's like, oh, they're probably going after some fool for pirate who's causing a lot of chaos, and they're like a fool, and then all of them in unison they're like yelling like a fool for pirate who they're chasing, who's causing chaos, and then the next thing they know they can hear Luffy, and they're like, oh, it's Luffy, and then like them doing that exposes like Luffy's like, oh, you guys are here, and he's like, we got to get back to the ship, and they're like, yeah, and then Smoker launches his attack, and then Ace just you see him getting all fired up, and he just launches this fire attack, and yeah, that's where we're at right now. Okay, yeah, so a little change in the dialogue. So yeah, Ace stops him with the fire, and then Ace makes this dialogue about how, hey, you're a smoke user, I'm a fire user, we're both Logias, so this fight can go on and on and be endless. There, there is no fight. And then Luffy's like, oh, hey, Ace, it's you, and he's like, Ace, when did you eat? Luffy asks like, oh, you ate a devil fruit, and he's like, yeah, I ate the flame fruit. Uh, and then Smoker asks, and then Luffy then goes off, and then Smoker asks Ace, "Hey, why are you protecting or helping out the Straw Hat Pirates?" And Ace said, "What big brother wouldn't help out his little brother?" And then that's when Smoker realizes, oh, they're brothers. And then the crew doesn't know. Like as they're running, I think Nami, or I forget if it's Nami or Zoro, they ask him like, "Hey, how do you know Ace?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, Ace is my big brother," and that's where the episode ends. Yeah. So. Yeah. Mm. Wait, so they removed the shoulder tattoo? Oh, dude, the shoulder tattoo is important. Yeah. Oh no. Well, so part of the reason his name. Oh, I mean, I guess part of the reason. I don't know if they thought long term. Um, the name of his. I mean, obviously he's part of the Whitebeard Pirates now, but the original name of his pirate crew were the Spade Pirates. That was before they joined the Whitebeard Pirates. So maybe they were thinking long term with that. But oh man, like I can't believe they did. But yeah, there is a significance to the tattoo that obviously Four Kids never gets to. There is a significance for that tattoo. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, that's oh man, that arm tattoo is important, and I can't believe they took it out. It's not. I mean, it's important for emotional reasons. I'll put it that way. But yeah, but yeah, cool. I guess the a little peek behind the scenes for this podcast. Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, I think, yeah, I mean, I think that's good for this. I think we'll have like it's. I think like we've been in such a bad cadence. We should have like three solid like episodes in like the proper cadence. I think yeah, in 2 weeks we'll be back with the next one. Yeah. No, it'll be the first time in a while since we kind of gotten back into a cadence, sort of. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Thanks. Bye. Bye.